Hey, what's up, fam? Another crazy planet now dropped upon us for Eden Zero Chapter 30. So, what we kind of got from the spoilers and what we saw going into before the chapter is they found Hermit because Sister and Witch knew that she liked this area, but they didn't think that they'd find her so quickly. And once they find her, she's kind of in this, I'd say, vegetative state, and she's just been sitting there. And when they try and look into it, see what's wrong with her. I can't figure out what exactly could be potentially the issue, whether she doesn't have any injuries. Her components inside are working fine, other than some of her systems, and they kind of describe it as her soul. The soul of kind of the androids itself it's in a dangerous kind of flux. It's not functioning properly. It's full of faults and errors, and they have to figure out what exactly they can do to fix it. Really. Shiki's very broken up by it. He's a little bit upset and he's crying and he by not really thinking too much into it is able to figure out what to do when he says how they their plan is kind of to go into it and fix it, and they're kind of thinking about it as, well, I don't really know how to be able to do that, and he wants to say like we should make a machine to do it, but he's kind of thinking it from the larger, kind of like a basic idea for it, and nothing really in detail, and nothing really to help on a large scale. But it's because of that that Witch was able to figure out what the problem was. She realizes that what she's wrong with her, she's in a I think she said dive state, and she's described it as essentially that knowing that Hermit liked this kind of like VR online video game, that it even makes more sense of why she'd be in this state. And they're going to go to the planet Digitalis, which when they describe it, it's kind of like this non-physical existence, but this planet of data that exists out within the universe, and in itself it's just where all this information is stored for this kind of video game world. And people stopped going there because the NPCs became self-aware, they became sentient, and they eventually just kind of started living on their own. And it just stopped. People just stopped going there because it's dangerous. But it's even come to the point where they have a if you get hurt in the game, you get hurt in real life. And so they're able to have this virtual world arc where it's going to have stakes. It's not going to be like, well, if you die in there, you get so many lives, or you'll be fine. You'll just go back to the start or something. It's okay if you die in the game, you die in real life. Very understandable. It's been used before, but I like the way this is going. This cool. Not only just, hey, we're going to do a virtual arc, but it also opens up world building. It's you got this giant digital planet now of programs that have gained intelligence and have kind of become digital people. I'm surprised no one's made any more Digimon references. But what was funny is going into it is the first thing they had to do once kind of diving into the world is you have to make your avatar, and Shiki just going through them. I was looking at them. There's like a fat one. There's like a weird elf or demon like one, and a werewolf, and then a chia. I got the chia one. I'm wondering if the wolf one maybe is a reference to. It might be a reference to either Monster Soul, or there's one of the ones that he did. It was just a one shot where the main character Zephyr and Soul. One of the main characters was a dog person. I don't know, but definitely the Ichia one for sure. As much as I enjoyed Ichia, it was really nice to see him just get that little Easter egg in there. But when they got in, Rebecca is obviously she's with her cat girl kind of persona on her channel, that she this one is a cat girl. What was kind of weird is looking at HappyBot. He looks a little different. I don't know what it is. I think just his body proportion, his lower half just seems, or not lower half, but just his torso and lower half in general just seem a lot bigger. It seems way less small exceed to where their body is a significant amount smaller than their head. This one looks a lot closer. I don't know. Maybe it's just in this panel, but the a character shows up, potentially Shiki. I don't think it's Shiki, on a big face-shaking rabbit, which is a Rave Master reference. and comes in this weird like T pose and then bows. I don't know if it's supposed to be Shiki, but it's definitely someone that's going to be pretty interesting just based off that entrance with that sick T pose and that bow. But the next chapter, as we're getting, called The People of Digitalis, so we're gonna get to see a lot more world building within this cool digital planet. Looking forward to that. I really like the idea of this arc. I think it's pretty fun. I actually like, even though the idea itself is obviously what we're going with. It's just this panel I thought was really cool looking. Just the fact that it's one of those things where you wouldn't be able to see it unless you maybe had some form of I don't know, vision to look at data or something weird like that. But just this in general of kind of this a culmination of information and like coding all forming into one planet you can't see is pretty cool. So drop a comment below on what you think about this. It's a really nice setup for the next arc. Looking for that. I'm wondering if Drac and Joe, the one of the Arasion Says Galactica, are going to be involved in this at all. Probably not. Maybe we'll get something within the arc involving him. Maybe he's also going there, and we'll just kind of run into him, or we'll get some information on him. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But other than that, like I said, please drop a comment below on what you thought of this chapter. And hopefully I can get you to thumbs up, like the video, subscribe, and check out my channel for other content. If there's anything else you like. And like I said, subscribe for more. Other than that, though, thanks everyone who's already subscribed, and I thank you all for listening. Bye.